Hey guys, welcome back to Become Better. This is another video on my channel which I'm uploading, and today we're going to talk about the topic overthinking. Like everyone in life, I think we all overthink things. Like, definitely I am, hands up, I am an overthinker. I overthink quite a lot about my life, but I think we all do. It's sort of like we're over-analysing things, you know, even like when it comes to like, oh, what should I say? Should I say this or that? Or where should we go for dinner? Should we go to Pizza Hut or KFC or McDonald's? Let me know what your favourite is down below in the comments. I love a Mackey's, not gonna lie to you. And I think, and then you overthink relationships and friendships and life situationships. And I think at the end of the day, I think overthinking is sometimes a trap that we definitely fall into. I feel like sometimes we can trap ourselves into overthinking, and it's just like a cycle, and it's just like a cycle and a cycle and a cycle and a cycle, and it basically just like, it's just a loop, you know. And yeah, sometimes because we can get caught up in a cycle. So for example, like, say if you want to go out and then you're saying, oh, what time do I get the bus? And then that leads to, oh, what time do I need to be ready? And then it's just like an ongoing cycle. And then it's saying, oh, I don't have enough time, I need to get my priorities straight. And then you think, oh, my life is crap. And then you think, oh, I don't have enough money. And then it's just a cycle. And it's just like, it's trying to stop that cycle. And even when it comes to, like, for example, if you like someone and you're not sure if they like you back, you can just go for a cycle, like, I've met this really cool guy, and then you could be like, oh, he flirted with me, oh, does he like me, does he not like me? And then it can lead to, like, oh, maybe he doesn't like me, and then it could lead to, oh, I'm dumb, why would anyone like me? And it could just go like an ongoing cycle, and I think it's just like stopping the cycle before it gets into like a circle and it just spirals out of control. Like, you don't want to spiral, you know, because if you spiral, then that's not good, you know. We don't want to spiral. Please don't spiral. And I think to stop the spiral, it is very hard, because once you get in that toxic pattern, that toxic cycle, it's very, 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 very hard to stop the cycle. And I think, you know, we've all been there. I've even been there myself. And it's hard, you know. It's not as easy as it seems. In any way, shape or form, it's not easy. And sometimes, you know, it can hurt as well. Like, when you're caught up in a cycle and you just keep overthinking. You've got to think to yourself, like, on the outside, it's not as serious as it looks, if you get what I mean. Because on the outside, like, all you see is just like the shell of who you are as a person. Like, if someone's looking at you, they don't see all the problems in your head, they don't see all the worries in your head, all they see is the shell of you and who you are as a person. They don't see what you're going through, or your struggles, or your worries, things like that. People don't see, you know, what you go through and things like that, you know. People don't see that in any way, shape or form. And I think that's why we compare ourselves a lot. We think, oh, this person seems like she has it all going for her. Because, for example, with me, from outside perspective, people could say, oh, like, you know, she knows what she wants, and, you know, she's doing her business, and, you know, because I have a business I run, and then obviously, she has, like, lots of jobs going for her and things like that. But on the inside, I'm terrified, you know, I'm scared of my business, I'm scared of, you know, things not planning out the way the way I plan it. I'm also nervous, you know, I'm not 100% sure, you know, like, why would people follow me? Why would people, why would people listen to me? Why would anyone think that I know what's best? Because at the end of the day, we're all just trying to figure it out as we go, I think. I definitely think we're all trying to figure it out as we go. And there's a story, and I'd like to tell it. And the story is, it was about 2 weeks ago, and I was walking with my friend in town, and we were walking down the street, and I was sort of complaining to my friend that I don't really know what I'm doing. And I said to my friend, I'm not sure what I'm doing, and I said to her, I feel like everyone has it figured out but me. And there was a lady, and she was walking in front of us, she had like shopping bags and stuff. She turned around and said, "No one knows, hun. I have no idea what I'm doing either." And we're all just playing a game, you know, we're all trying to figure out as we go. And I think that's the beauty of life, you know, you can cross paths with people and, you know, you don't have to overthink it too much, you know, because we're all just doing our life thing, you know. And we all cross paths with different people, and then we question what we want and what we value and what we desire and all these things. And it's you know, it's not, and even if you don't know what you want, you know, there's millions of people who question what they want every day, and what you want changes, because as you evolve, you change as a person. And you might think, oh, I really want this one thing, and then when you get it, you might think, oh, like what this seems it would be, it's not actually what it is. So it's also like thinking with your mind, thinking with your mind that you don't have to, just because you might think you know that, oh, this thing is really cool for me, or this thing is good for me, and then you might think, oh wait, actually this thing isn't what I initially thought that it would be. So you shouldn't question yourself. You know, you should do something. You should make a decision and stick with it, you know. You don't want to be going back and forth with your thoughts, like, you know, because before you do something, if you think about it, there's a lot of outcomes that could happen, you know, like this could happen, that could happen, or that could happen. And I think, you know, before you make a decision, you do need to think like, okay, what do you think is the right thing to do in the situation? In all honesty, I don't think there is like any right thing to do. You sort of make a decision based on your gut and sort of what you want and things like that, you know. Yeah, so you shouldn't overthink too much before you do something, if you get what I mean. So if you want to do something, you know, if you want to do something, then I think you should do it. You shouldn't overthink it too much. Yeah, so you shouldn't overthink it too much. And yeah, so I think if you want to do something, you should definitely just do it. As long as it doesn't hurt anyone and you're not affecting anyone and you're doing it in a safe way and you're not hurting anyone, I think you should definitely go for it and do what your heart wants to do. And if you do make a mistake along the way, then you can either fix it, or you can say, oops, I did that was a bad decision, and then you can move forward from it and learn from it and move forward from that experience. And sometimes we do get stuck and we think, oh, what is the right thing to do? And I think sometimes you just got to weigh out the pros and the cons, and then make your decision based on that, and then go forward, make a decision, be like, I'm going to do that, and then do it, and then you wait for the outcome to happen, and then whatever happens. I don't think we can control everything that happens in life. I do think some things in life, I don't know, I guess some some things in life happen, I guess, naturally. I think you should let life happen naturally. Don't never force life. Just let it happen naturally. And yeah, just let it happen naturally, and you've got this. And overthinking is sometimes just a trap, in all honesty. It's just a trap. It's just going back and forth with your thoughts. I think you should analyse the situation before making a decision, but you don't need to be overthinking everything, you know? Because, you know, if you overthink things, it's just a trap, and you're just going to be overthinking and overthinking and overthinking. And there's only so much overthinking and overanalyze you can do before you finally make a decision. And then once you've made a decision, you'll be like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And then you go forward from that. And yeah, so that's my tips on overthinking. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. And I hope you found it helpful and useful to take away these tips from today. And you know, overthinking is just a trap. It's good to analyse the situation and then make a decision. And then you may overthink the decision, but you know, but then most of the time it's worse in your head than it is actually doing it. Like, you definitely hype things up, and then when you do it, it's like, oh, it's not that bad, whatever. But yeah, like, I don't think you need to overthink it too much. Because, you know, we're all just here living and learning and growing, and we're all just growing together. Every day we're growing as people and as humans and as souls, and sometimes you cross paths with souls, and sometimes they're a lesson and sometimes they stick with you to the end. You never know. Some people come in for a season, some people come in for a reason, and some people come in for a lifetime. So if you're overthinking, never overthink like, oh, is this person going to stay or leave? Because, you know, if someone leaves, it wasn't meant to be, you know? You don't need to overthink things like that. Like, life is unfair, and life throws you curveballs, and you figure things out as you go along your journey, and, you know, you mess up and you make mistakes, and then you learn and you grow and you develop and you become a better person from it. And yeah, life ain't easy, and overthinking is probably the death of many of us. I really enjoy making these videos because it's like sharing my thoughts and my perspectives and my values and, you know, what I go through, and it's a nice creative outlet for me to dump my ideas and thoughts. As a creative, I don't know if any of you watching are creatives, but as a creative, you know, you're always having thoughts, you're always having things that you think about and things that you want to do. And if you want to do something, you've got to just stick it in the nail and do it. Stay positive, see people as people and as souls. Don't see people as people to use or to gain something from them. You can learn, and also the other thing is, you can learn every situation you go through in life. If you go through a negative experience or a positive experience, you can learn something from anything. Anything. You can learn, like, every experience you go through, you can learn something from it. So even if you go through a negative experience, take something positive out of it, even though you may not see it that way at the time, but there's always something positive to learn, even if you go through a negative experience. And it's sad if you do go through negative experiences, but you can jump back from that and become a better person. And you can choose who you want to keep in your life and who you want to get rid of in the trash bin, you know? Sometimes it takes time to figure it out. Sometimes it takes exploring to figure out what you want. and sometimes it takes courage to cut people out that don't deserve you. Know your worth, know your value, know you're special, know your worth, and know that you can accomplish anything that you set your mind to. And yeah, overthinking, it is a trap. We all do it though. At some point in our lives, we will overthink many situations in our life. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay wise, stay humble, keep going in life, don't quit. Please, if you're watching this, please don't give up. Please don't give up. You are worth billions, and please don't give up, because you're going to meet some people in your life who needed you at that time, and you don't know they exist yet, but you know they will exist in the future. Well, they do exist. You just haven't met them yet. And you never know what the future holds, and you never know what you're going to get yourself into, and it's exciting in a way. It's like, what does my future hold? We don't know yet, but it's sort of like, as you go, you write your story as you go. It's definitely magical. But yeah, this is my video. I really enjoyed making this video. Definitely a good one. And yeah, this title, the name of this video is just Overthinking. Yeah, overthinking, it's a trap. Yeah, so what I want you to take away from this video is overanalyze, but don't. You can overanalyze situations, but don't overanalyze it too much to the point where you just overthink and never make a decision. If you're overthinking everything in life and always in your head, you're never gonna be living it. Do more, think less. That's the quote for today's video. Do more, think less. I'm going to end it here, but thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like, share, comment, all that good stuff on the Chan. Can't believe I said that. Oh wow. This is a good video, but yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it today. So yeah, do more, think less. I'm going to keep that in my thoughts as well. Do more, think less. And yeah, I'm going to catch up. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.